Do you believe that a tiny, trembling squirrel in the rain could somehow find a soulmate in a large dog? It sounds impossible, but this story might just change your faith in friendship and love. That day, in the midst of the storm, we discovered a little being curled up and terrified, its eyes wide with fear and its body drenched as though it could not endure another moment. We did not know what else to do except scoop it up and take it home, with only the faintest hope that it might survive. And then, the very moment our dog approached, something unexpected happened, something no one in our family could have ever imagined. When we first brought that little squirrel home, we were filled with worry. It was so small and frail that a single gentle touch made it shudder uncontrollably. Meanwhile, our dog was big and strong, accustomed to bounding around the yard. With just a moment's instinct, we feared that tiny squirrel would stand no chance. But then, just at the first meeting, something surprising occurred. The dog did not growl or act aggressive. Instead, it approached slowly, lowering its head and sniffing gently as if offering a little greeting. Its eyes shone with curious wonder, tempered by an unbelievably gentle warmth. The squirrel, on the other hand, was severely stressed. Its legs trembled, its tail fluffed up defensively. It pressed itself into the corner of the cloth we had wrapped around it. The entire family held its breath, waiting to see what would happen next. But instead of attacking, the dog softly lay down, placing its chin on the ground as if to say, "I will not harm you." In that moment, the air seemed to soften. The squirrel stared, eyes still full of suspicion, but its body relaxed somewhat. From that day forward, an invisible bond began to form between two creatures who, by all appearances, should never have been able to connect. In the days that followed, what we witnessed melted our hearts. The squirrel gradually ventured out of its little hiding place, taking one cautious step closer to the dog. At first, it watched from afar. Then it edged closer, only to scurry away when the dog shifted. Yet the dog remained patient, never chasing or showing annoyance. It simply sat there, its gentle eyes following the tiny movements. And then, one morning, as sunlight poured through the window, we witnessed a scene none of us could ever have believed. The squirrel had climbed onto the dog's back, sitting securely as though it had found a safe home. The dog remained still, not resisting. In fact, it even shifted slightly so the squirrel would not fall. We were speechless. Who could have imagined that a wild squirrel and a dog could be so close? From that moment on, everything changed. They became inseparable, unable to be parted. When the dog went into the garden, the squirrel trotted along. When the dog rested, the squirrel nestled into that warm fur, curled up as though regaining the comfort of a mother's embrace. At times, we even saw the dog gently nudge the squirrel with its nose, as if tenderly caring for a small sibling. But perhaps the most touching moment happened one autumn evening. Outside, the wind rustled the fallen leaves. When we entered the room, we found the squirrel curled deeply in the softness of the dog's fur, sleeping peacefully without a hint of fear. The dog's eyes were softly closed, its breathing calm and steady, as if it had willingly become a protective cradle for that tiny life. In that instant, we knew this was not merely a rescue, it was the birth of a true friendship. Day by day, they became two sides of the same coin. They played and chased each other around the house, even sharing food. Laughter and joy filled our home whenever we saw them intertwined. Many times we asked ourselves, why could a dog and a squirrel, two beings who seemingly have nothing in common, become such close friends? Perhaps the answer is simple: friendship and love know no boundaries. From this story, we learned a precious lesson. Sometimes kindness and patience build the most beautiful relationships, even with beings utterly different from ourselves. This friendship not only touched our hearts, but also stood as proof that in this vast world, connection can spring up in the most unexpected places. As time passed, we realized that the squirrel's presence had changed both the dog and our own family. The dog became more gentle than ever, not just a playful companion, but a protector for that little being. And the squirrel, once feeble and trembling at the edge of survival, now brimmed with energy and happiness, carrying the confidence that it was no longer alone. One memorable moment followed another, the squirrel clinging to the dog's back while they wandered the garden. Sometimes it sat snugly in its food dish, waiting for its share from the dog, as though that arrangement was only natural. On cold winter nights, instead of hiding in a corner, the squirrel burrowed into the dog's thick fur, letting the warmth of that giant friend envelop it. Each time we saw it, we were moved. This was no longer just making friends, but real kinship. This story revealed to us one truth: love and friendship do not care about species, size, or origin. A tiny squirrel and a big dog, seemingly opposed, could find resonance in each other. Perhaps it was precisely their differences that made their bond all the more extraordinary. The miracle here was not just a successful rescue, but the wonder of connection. We saved a squirrel's life, but it and the dog taught us a lesson in compassion. Sometimes, the most beautiful things in life do not come from planning or calculation, but from unexpected moments when the heart opens and embraces. Today, whenever we see these two unlikely friends cuddled up together, we silently give thanks to that fateful rain. Because of that rain, a little being was saved. Because of that encounter, a magical friendship was born. And because of that story, our hearts, and perhaps your heart as you listen now, are reminded that love always has the power to transcend every boundary. If you are watching this video, remember one thing: even the smallest gesture of kindness you extend can open the door to a grand story. Just like the dog chose love over instinct, and the squirrel chose trust over fear. That is the miracle of connection, a miracle that can change the world around us. Looking back on this journey, we realize that life is always full of the unexpected. A fragile squirrel, thought to be beyond survival, found a home in a large dog. And that friendship showed us a simple truth: love needs no reason, nor same species. It only needs a heart willing to open. If a dog can extend a welcoming embrace to a once strange little being, then we, humans, can learn to accept, forgive, and give more love. Because sometimes the kindness we sow today becomes the miracle for someone tomorrow. And if this story has touched your heart, please leave a small sign, a like, a share, or a comment. You never know how your action may help carry the message of boundless friendship to more hearts and bring hope to those who need a spark.